Hello. Hi, Sean. Hi, Mr. Camera Junkie. Thank you for joining me tonight. I am just testing multi-streaming. I did try it from Ecamm and it's working okay. But now I'm gone back to Restream because over the last couple of weeks when I've been multi-streaming, using Restream, I've had problems where the stream just dies completely and I just get an error saying there's a problem with the streaming, and then everything else just stops. So tonight really was just an experiment to change some of my settings for the actual stream and just to see if there was a problem with something to do with the way that I had the setup done. Because with traditionally what I was doing is I was streaming in a 2:1 very widescreen format, and I was also using transcoding with LinkedIn, where LinkedIn only supports a sort of a 16:9 feed, so anything bigger, it's just going to throw an error, which is interesting. So let's say hello to a few people. So first off, hey Shane, thanks for joining me, and Mr. Camera Junkie as well. It's nice to test that all these things are working as well in this setup. Hi Florence, so nice to see you. It's been a while, but thanks for joining. So Shane, I'm interested. So I think I answered one of your posts on the Facebook group for Ecamm where you was having some issues with Restream, and it's interesting that you're saying it's on Restream side, because I've been in contact with them twice. They looked at my stream and said, oh well, you're streaming at a weird aspect ratio and frame rate. They said like my frame rate was coming through at 0. Well, that's not possible because I can see that it's coming through at 24 frames per second on the Restream thing. So I'm just curious, what happened, and how did you? I mean, is it resolved yet? You're saying it's on Restream's side. Did they have a problem with some of their servers where they're hosting this from? Because obviously I'm in Portugal, so my closest server, when I check it out, I think is in Spain to me. So I'm interested to see what that problem is. And yeah, I don't know. I'm curious now to see if there is an issue somewhere with that, and is there a way that I can do anything on my side with Restream? Because I like using Restream. It's easy for me to set up one destination. I'm on Starlink, so I don't have the biggest internet connection, but it's pretty reliable 90% of the time for me. And the amount of streaming that I do, I try and do streams twice a week. I had a bit of a break for summer, but sort of trying to come back now in anger, and I just want to keep using it because I do like multi-streaming to the destinations that I'm on. But if worst came to the worst, then I would probably cancel Restream and then just go live only to YouTube. So I'm interested to know what the problem is. And if you want to come on the show right now, Shane, you can, if you want. I can send you a Zoom link. But anyway, just interested to see. So Restream is still saying everything's going okay. Of course it would be when this is a test stream, everything's working fine. But when you're doing a proper live stream, it sort of seems to stop working. But anyway, how is everybody doing this fine Wednesday afternoon for some of you? I think evening for me right now. But everything seems to be still running. I'm surprised that LinkedIn is accepting 1440p resolution, because typically it sort of bombs out. But I think I can get away with a 16:9 aspect ratio streaming at 1440p, 24 frames a second. And YouTube anyway will upscale that to 30 because that's just the way YouTube is. All right, let me post a Zoom link in the chat. Let me see if I can get that running. Can I start a Zoom call whilst I'm in this? Let's see if I can. Looks like I can. Let me copy that. Okay. Shane, I'll just I'll send you a message on Facebook Messenger. That's all right. Hey Simon, thank you for joining me from your holiday. It's very kind of you. Thanks for the comment there on the quality. I'm just going to get on Facebook Messenger here, Shane. In fact, actually, I can just Let me see if I can just post this in here. Facebook Messenger. Okay. All right, Shane, I've just sent you the Zoom link. So if you are, and I sent it to you on Facebook Messenger. So if you're available, I can add you as a guest to this, and let's see, and you can explain to me what is going on. Great stuff. All right. So Simon, hopefully you're enjoying your holiday. Hope the weather's been treating you well in sunny Italy. It's been beautiful here in Portugal. Crazy temperatures. And there's Shane. Hang on a second. Hey Shane, how you doing? I'm all right. Let me get you on this thing. Just give me a second. Let me just go into preview mode and I'll switch. Let me just edit this up. Thank you for doing this. I've been pulling my hair out with Restream recently, so I'm curious to see what the deal is. Let me just change this name. There's not much of it left, you know, over time. Okay, let me just do this. I'll add you as a guest. I've got to add you first, haven't I? There you are. I can prop you into a video source. What are you? Where did you go? Where's my video source? I can see you, but I just can't see you. Oh, that's weird. Hang on. Let me go back into live mode. So, where did you go? I can't add you as a camera. You got to be around here somewhere. Are you guessed? Hang on. All sources. I thought I added you as a camera. There you go. Okay. What happened there? There you are. All right.
Here we go.
Perfect. Now you're in. So, thanks again. So, yeah. What's been going on with Restream then? Because the last few streams I've had with Restream, it's just bombed out completely. No explanation, you know, just errors on the Ecamm side. Obviously, I'm using Ecamm. And I then immediately restart my stream via just going directly to YouTube. And there's absolutely no problem whatsoever. So I'm curious, what's been your experience recently, and what have they said to you?
So we've been using it for our church, and you know, typically, you know, kind of like what you were doing, you came to Restream to all the different destinations, but it was ending the stream about 15 to 20 minutes into the live stream. It just ended. You saw the error that I sent to the So I reached out to Restream, and they said it was a server issue, and they said, hey, you know, instead of doing auto select in your Restream settings, select a specific server. It's like, okay, I did that, and then had the next live stream with the church, and the same thing happened. So it's like, what's going on?
Right.
And I guess when you schedule an event on the Restream side, it doesn't select that server that you've selected in your settings. It just auto selects.
Okay, interesting.
And so the workaround that they gave was to go into the settings, and
it'll be the encoder settings, right, or something.
Yeah. So I can show you. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah.
All right. Let me see here. Let me log into all the things. Okay. So is that coming through good?
I'm trying to see where it is. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. All right. Nobody else can see it, but I can see it on Zoom, and that's perfectly fine. No problem. So yeah, okay. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when you schedule an event through this collection, it just auto selects that server. Whereas if you go instead of restream.io/home, if you do channel instead, then you can just start your service or start your live stream right here. And so what I did then is I just went into Ecamm, did a custom RTMP destination, which is this right here.
Yeah.
And then it just goes every time. So the scheduling is I guess done through Ecamm. The downside obviously is that people aren't notified that you're live. Which is why literally tonight testing out streaming to multiple destinations from Restream, from Ecamm instead of Restream. So fingers crossed to see how that goes.
Yeah, well, you can, and I just did the same thing actually. So I just the prior to this I was testing via Ecamm, and I'm trying to do 3 destinations, but I just don't have enough bandwidth on my internet connection. It was okay, but it was getting a bit choppy. So that's why I prefer to use Restream, because I don't really want to go down to 720p, heaven forbid, to broadcast at that. I mean, what is it, 1998? So I need to at least be able to do HD and above. I always try and do 1440p and so on. And the thing is, YouTube was complaining as well. So when I tried to do my previous stream, I went to X, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and I just did a HD stream at 24 frames per second, and it needed around 11 to 15, between 11 and 12 megabits per second bandwidth. And YouTube was complaining that the bit rate, which you have no control over with Ecamm, because you can't set the bit rate. Like in OBS, you can say a minimum bit rate I want you to send is anything that you want, and typically they say between 6 and 8 meg. And obviously that's a bit too much. So the target bit rate for me is around 6 to 7, and it's perfectly fine. So yeah, and so it was a little bit choppy for me, but I expected that, and that's nothing to do with Ecamm. That's the whole setup with my Starlink. Well, but I'm just thinking, because I had that same... I
was running into an issue with bitrate, not with YouTube, but with Twitch. So, like you said, there's no way to customize, the exact bitrate through Ecamm. But I reached out to Ecamm, and they said that you can lower the bitrate by going into Ecamm preferences under the stream tab, and then selecting or unselecting the use high quality video or use high quality audio. That will drastically reduce the bit rate. So that ever since I checked both of those, I haven't had any issues from Twitch.
Yeah, so I've always got mine set to high bit rate, both from the audio and video and Ecamm side, and that sort of gives you that little bit extra, I think. So yeah, it's interesting, but thanks for the heads up. I have tested those servers before, and I always go and look at you can actually run a test on the server side. I can't remember which link it is now. Let me just see if I can find it. Yeah, if I can go to the share.
I think it's in your stream settings.
Say again?
You talking about running a speed test through Ecamm?
No, this one here. So on I don't know whether you can see my screen. So on the Restream side, you can do a stream test. So you can run a test, and it'll do an auto detect. And then this is the one you're supposed to select, the one that's closest, got the least latency and so on. And then it'll tell you what sort of available bandwidth you've got and things like that. And for me, I always try and select obviously the one, but that's interesting what you say about the scheduling. So even when you schedule then an event within Restream, you can't go in later and then change that server, right? Because as soon as it initiates that stream from your encoder, as you said, it's just going to pick whichever that you want. So
and like I said, that's on Restream side. So even though in your stream settings you selected X custom server, whenever you schedule an event through Restream, that basically doesn't matter. It's like, we don't care. We're going to select your own, select the server for you. So I'm like, oh,
that's a
so
feature
now more
request
steps
then.
to.
Yeah. It's a shame
Yeah,
that there's
feature
no other way of
request
doing
right
that.
next to integration with Rumble.
Yeah. So what is the point of having this then? If you're going to be able to select it, it's only for using if you want to dedicate an RTMP stream connection. Then basically that's the only way it's going to let you, as you mentioned. That's interesting.
But I understand, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I guess. I mean, obviously, I'm running it now, and it's running fine. Of course, it would, because I'm just running a test. If I schedule a stream tomorrow, and it's going to break on me, but I'm also convinced that it might have been something funky going on with LinkedIn. So you probably were. I don't know whether you use LinkedIn for streaming or not, but LinkedIn has an upper limit with regards to resolution and frame rate and bitrate to an extent. So Restream will only support 16:9 aspect ratio. So if you try and send it anything bigger than that, in Ecamm you can do a 2:1 ratio, so it's 2880 by 1440. So it's that nice wider screen, which I like. Then there's an option, another paid for option in Restream, where you can ask Restream to transcode. So take your stream that's at higher resolution and frame rate and transcode it down to something more manageable, which is fine. And I was doing that yesterday because I was streaming at a 1440p at a higher frame rate, resolution. And I'm thinking maybe that's an issue. So today, right now, we're on LinkedIn, X, and YouTube, and I'm just streaming at 16:9, but at 1440p, so a little bit higher than HD, and everything at the moment seems to be tickety-boo. So I'm not sure, but we'll wait and see. But I'll be interested to know your results.
And you're doing a Zoom call too, so
just to add some additional misery to my poor internet connection. But I mean, it's holding up all right. I mean, Starlink's not that bad. I mean, I do have around 45 meg up, but obviously it fluctuates a little bit being satellite and things. But it's the only option I have where I live. So, and just out of interest, at your church then, do you have a reasonable internet connection then in terms of throughput?
Yeah, we've got 300 down, 10 to 15 up.
Okay, all right. So hence Restream is really valuable for you, because in order for you to start pushing that out to multiple destinations, you really need that one connection, and that one connection to be reliable and working. But yeah, I've seen a couple of people in Facebook complaining of the same problem. So that's interesting that you've experienced this. I think Loria had a problem. Loria Petrucci had a problem with one of her clients. One of my clients had a problem with Restream. But it's like they took away all the data yesterday, and they sent me a nice email this morning saying, yeah, nothing wrong with us. It's obviously on your side because we lost connection. But I had a Zoom call running. There was no problem.
It's not me. It's definitely you.
Yeah, I know. It's like that, isn't it? It's like, are you breaking up with me? I know it's not me. Oh, classic. Well, how have you been keeping anyway? You've been doing okay? Because I know you were doing a lot of sort of video production stuff and things. So are you still using, what was the platform you was using when you're trying to integrate with Ecamm? A lot of the churches use it, where you have the on-screen displays.
Oh, ProPresenter?
ProPresenter, that's it. Yeah, you still using that? Did you manage to get all that working now?
Yeah. Oh, good grief. Ryan? I can't remember his last name. He's in the Ecamm community a lot. He helped me out, and basically what I did was I was able to take the feed from the screens, which is 16:9, put it side here, put the camera feed as a square, kind of like what you have, and then make another layer behind those two elements, blurred them, darkened it of the ProPresenter, and so it gives it a nice background every time. It's not just a static; it changes with whatever's shown on the screen. So I was really proud of myself.
That's an interesting workaround. That's cool. You should do a video on that, because a lot of people do use ProPresenter and they want to sort of, how to set it up. Because when I looked online, because obviously I was trying to help you out, and I haven't used ProPresenter before, and a lot of people, they're not using it in this configuration with Ecamm as far as I could see. So it's interesting how you managed to get that workaround, and it's working fine for you then. Yeah, no problem then.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let me see if I can find a screenshot of it, and
Sure.
I'll send it to you in the Zoom. But yeah, no, he was a huge help. Nope, decline. But yeah, it's been nice.
There's quite a few people in the chat as well. I wasn't expecting anybody to turn up on this live stream. It's interesting when you do a sort of an ad hoc live stream. There's people joining, so I'll just say hello to a few people real quick. So, hello, thank you for joining. Good to see you too. Hi, Gretchen. Thanks for coming back. Sorry, I was trying to do multiple streaming today, and so on. Hi, Sue. Yes, I am actually Sue-Ann. I am actually streaming live on X, and you've come through on X, so that's good. And that's the thing I like about Restream as well, because obviously LinkedIn, for example, isn't supported yet on an Ecamm. For whatever reason, the chat mechanism isn't supported. They've been trying to work on it for a while, and basically LinkedIn are not playing ball. But for whatever reason, LinkedIn has support for chat if you use Restream, which is a bit weird and naughty. So I don't know what the difference is there. But let me have a look at your screen. Oh yeah, outreach. Let's have a look. Just bring it over here. Too many monitors in this place. Oh, that looks cool.
Dude,
nice.
You can never have too many.
Let me count how many monitors I've got.
Let's be real.
1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5. I mean, I'm including my iPad as a monitor there and the teleprompter, but that's a bit excessive. But you do need them, right? You got chat, you got the production.
Sure.
Yeah, you can never have too many monitors. But this looks good actually. This overlay and stuff looks cool. Nice. It's just a faff, isn't it, to get it working? But at least you managed to get it all up and running, which is nice.
Yeah.
Who's dinging me here? So what's on the agenda for you then? Do you do a church stream every week, or is it a couple of times a week? What's sort of your cadence for going live? It's just every Sunday, or?
So typically we'll do 3 streams a week. So Sunday morning, Sunday night, and Wednesday night. Wow.
Okay. It's a lot of work then to get that. And how long are the services typically then? Are they an hour or something like that, or?
Typically about an hour. Actually, let me consult Restream. They'll have the average stream.
Oh right, yeah, so. Of course they will. Yeah.
let me be exact.
I actually messed around with the free version of Restream for years before I started paying for it, and there was a little. I don't know whether they've closed this loop down, but they said that they would only broadcast from their studio at 720p if you didn't have the paid for account, right? Which is fine. But if you use an encoder, it'll actually push it out at HD full 1080, which I didn't know. And you can actually stream up to 3 destinations on the free account. So hopefully they're not listening. But I don't know whether that works now and whether I could try that out. Maybe I'll just try a free account and see it. Probably get better service. Oh, you just do the free account. It's fine. 1080. It's fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, so our average duration is about an hour, so 56 minutes and 54.
Oh wow, okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, still quite a bit of work to do that on a Sunday. And your day job is production as well, or do you do something else? If you don't mind me asking, I can't remember.
Yeah, so it just depends on the time of day. So in the mornings and afternoons, I'm the music and media director for my church, and then in evenings and Saturday, I run a small financial solutions business. So I stay busy. That and having 2 kids and a loving, so it's awesome.
It's busy, yeah. Well, it's keeping you busy, definitely. Well, I really appreciate you joining tonight. You're more than welcome to stay. I'm not sure what else I'm going to chat about now because I think I've done all my testing. But actually, what I haven't checked is whether LinkedIn is running or not because it's probably just died on me again. But let me just check. Oh no. I
don't know how productive it would be to make a church leap. I've never seen a church on LinkedIn. I'll have to check into that.
Well, that is interesting. Yeah, because I mean they're really pushing live streaming at the moment, and you get a lot of professionals. And I mean, it's just another outlet, right? And do you typically?
Sure.
Where are you restreaming to right now? Then, so obviously you're doing YouTube. What else did you mention? Are you going to Rumble or to Kick or Twitch or? Do church services appear on those services? I'm not sure.
so typically, well, it used to be, was it 5 destinations? So it used to be our website,
Mm,
YouTube, Facebook, X, and Twitch. And then X made the change where you basically have to pay to stream, and so we lost that destination. But now we're on the other four. So website, YouTube,
right.
Rumble, and Twitch.
I know you're finding
Twitch just because I'm like, oh, this is
just
cool.
because. Well, why not? Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, there's Rumble and Kick as well. I mean, Kick's got a bit of an interesting reputation, but they for gamers, I think it was really good. They were saying that the monetary payout thing. I know you're not a gamer, but for people who are sort of moving over from Twitch, a lot of people go into Kick. But again, there's not sort of native integration. I don't think there's native integration with. It's Rumble that they don't have right now, isn't it? Restream, I think they don't have native integration with. Rumble.
Yeah. About every month or so, it's like suggestion Rumble integration, because you just have to keep on using a stream key or TNP, all that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of to set up basically two different events that talk to each other instead of just the one.
Right, and then merge them. And how are you finding the Facebook changes? Are you going to a personal profile or because obviously you can't stream to the group directly with the integration now with Restream. You have to find the keys and set all that up. How are you doing that then? Are you using the keys for that, or have you got another method?
No, we're just using the integration with Restream and Facebook, and we just stream directly to our church public page.
Right. So that's still available, right? In terms of integration, you don't have to keep messing around with the keys. I think it was only groups, wasn't it, and other channels that you couldn't natively use now with the third-party integration.
I've never streamed to a group, so I wouldn't.
Okay.
Go on that end.
That's all right then. So that's fine. I know when people were trying to go live to the Ecamm Facebook group after they made the change, Facebook, then everybody was like, well, we can't do that anymore. You have to. It's just a bit of a long-winded way of doing it, just like we were doing with Restream. You'd have to set up the keys for the Facebook group, and it's just like, yeah, annoying. I think people are making it more difficult to live stream. I think with changes that we've seen with Facebook, with X making it paid for now, and other services, I think people are. There's only certain services I think will be this time next year that actually will be allowing you to stream. Whether there'll be the gaming community on Twitch or so on, or something else. But I got this feeling that there's not a decline, but there's going to be certain services that are going to sort of be like the forefront of the streaming world. Hopefully YouTube won't make any changes or anything like that, but you never know.
Well, I've got a couple theories as to why they're making those changes, but I'll discuss them on your channel.
Okay. We'll take that. We're going to move over to Rumble now.
Exactly. Behind the paywall with Neil and Shane.
Behind the paywall. Exactly. Yeah, that's really funny, actually. But interesting. Okay, I guess we'll see what's going on there. But I know Instagram's pushing live videos. I mean, it's all video on Instagram as well, isn't it? I mean, I don't have a huge Instagram following or so on, but I used to post photographs to Instagram, and now, yeah, it's all video. It just looks like TikTok, I think.
Yeah, basically. Unfortunately.
All right. Well, I won't keep you any longer if there's nothing else, but I do really appreciate you joining me today and shedding some light on that. But that's really interesting about the not honoring the server when you're scheduling a stream. So now I have to think about, do I just wing it and hope that they pick the right server, or do I have to do an RTMP key? But the thing is, then it's hard to schedule, isn't it? Because you can't do the scheduling. People won't get notified. I have to think of a way around that. That's another problem to solve. All right.
So the majority of our audience was via Facebook, and so because we are having issues with Facebook keeping the stream up, there's a setting in Restream that you can notify your followers when you're live with a custom message. And so I just did that and basically said, hey, we're live, watch us on, and I would just plug the YouTube live page.
Right.
So that seemed to work. That seemed to work pretty well. But obviously, you kind of want more heads up, especially if you're scheduling stuff. Yeah,
and because you can't do that on. They don't do that for X, I don't think, and they don't even do it for YouTube. I think it is only Facebook, isn't it? Is it only Facebook? They allow the social notifications from memory. Let me just check the Restream.
I think it's Facebook, and I think it's one other thing. I can't
Okay.
remember what it is.
Look.
Let's see who
Called
gets there
social
first.
alerts. Oh, it's Discord and Facebook. How exciting!
Yeah.
So you probably then you'd have to use maybe, I don't know, Zapier or if then this that to. It just gets messy. Why can we just make it easy?
I know.
Please?
I know. It's like, come on, people, let's go.
No, it's 2024 and we're still messing around with this stuff. Interesting. All right, I might try the free Restream account, see if I have any success with that. I'll let you know if I do. Keep that on the down low, even though I've just told everybody on YouTube. But that doesn't matter. All right, thanks again for joining me, and really appreciate your time tonight to see if I can get this working. And let me know if you do have any other glitches with Restream, and I'll do the same to you as well, just to see. And collectively, hopefully, they'll sort themselves out and give us at least a little bit more automation and configuration with these things.
Yeah, sure thing, man. Glad I can help.
All right. Take care of yourself. Speak to you soon. Thanks, Shane. Bye.
See ya.
All right. Well, that was Shane, everybody, and giving me some valuable information on what is going on with Restream. Now, for the people that are still watching, and as exciting as this has been, setting up Restream and configuration, I'm just interested to know whether you multi-stream to multiple destinations for your live streaming events and things like that. Is that something that you're considering? And would you go live just using something like Ecamm where you can multi-stream to those destinations if you've got a decent internet connection? Or would you use a third-party service like Restream? Because I think for me, Restream at the moment is the cheapest out of others. There are some others that you can use, the multi-streaming services, but I think for me right now, Restream is the most, or the cheapest one that is available for me. So interested to know in the comments if you're planning to do any multi-streaming and so on. But this has been an interesting test, and Restream has been running like a champ. As you can see, for 33 minutes, it's been up and running and no major problems from what I can see. So I don't know what was going on the other night, but obviously if that's that server setting, then I do need to work out how to get that working. So Gretchen says that you have a decent internet connection but would not want to add another services outside of Ecamm. Right, so yeah, so if you've got a decent internet connection, then there's nothing stopping you multi-streaming from Ecamm to the destinations of choice. I don't know which particular platforms that you would pick, but for me at the moment, LinkedIn, X and YouTube are my destinations of choice. And if I had to pick just one, then obviously it would be YouTube, because that's where all my content really is delivered. So yeah, I'll be interested to find out what else is going on. So if you've got any questions, why you're here, about Ecamm, Creatorcam TV, anything general related to streaming, video, audio, ask away. I'll stay on for a few more minutes just so I can keep checking the availability of this service. Okay, what font is your name text? Let me find out. I can't remember, Shane. Just give me a sec. That's a very good question. Let me look. The font is... It's called Gorilla font. Guerrilla. I think it's a Google font, so it's a Gorilla font. Can I chat with people in here? So, Ecamm family, just a quick one. Didn't you used to have the ability to send a chat message in your comments and reactions tab on Ecamm? I've seen it pop up when you initiate a Zoom call, but the comments and reactions that I'm seeing here, I can't post a chat, which is weird. So that's interesting. And I don't know if anybody, and another question for you guys, is I don't know if anybody here uses the Stream Deck plugin for YouTube. Now, Stream Deck just made an update, I think yesterday, to include some of the new gear, Elgato that is, and I can't now use the integration with the Stream Deck. So you have an action for YouTube, and that allows you to actually post a message or look at your view account and things like that. And it's not working for me anymore. And I don't know why that is. So maybe I'm just going to take a quick look at that whilst we're here, because I need to be live in order to do it. So let me just configure Stream Deck and bring that over here. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, because it's late at night and I'm probably not making any sense, if I go to the share here, this is my Stream Deck settings. And if I go to overlays, there is a YouTube plugin here, which is the one on the right. So this YouTube plugin allows me to look at view account and things like that. You've got the ability to do chat messages, play ads, all that kind of stuff. So if I just pop that in there, is that going to work? Yeah, I think they've broken it, because it's not working. You can see there's nothing coming in here. And if I just say host a question, I may need coffee. I do, but I don't want to have that now because I'll be awake all night. So post a message. Okay, so post a question with Q colon. If I use that, I don't know whether that's going to work or not. I don't know whether that has posted anything on the YouTube chat or not. It hasn't. So yeah, in the comments and reactions as well, where has that gone with regards to the ability to send a message directly from Ecamm as well? Because that isn't there anymore, unless I'm missing something. So the YouTube integration isn't working. It's not showing me my view account. So I don't know what's happening. So what did Gretchen say? Let's go to the chat. So Gretchen says that you had an issue coming onto Strix Live. I was in Zoom, but Strix Live, but when I was in Zoom, Strix tried to bring me on, there was a full minute delay. My settings were the same. And you had been on Rise. Oh, right. So you mean there was a delay from when you were speaking and video to actually seeing yourself on Zoom? That is interesting. I've only seen it where there's a slight delay with the video and audio being slightly out of sync. So you might not be hearing the person or seeing their lips move and then hearing their voice a little bit delayed later. But in terms of up to a minute, that seems crazy. A minute delay. I haven't seen that. That may have been a Zoom issue, but I haven't seen that before. When Shane just joined, you could see that he just popped in straight away and there was no problem with that. So that's interesting. So I think the YouTube chat message plugin has broken on Stream Deck, and I can't see comments anymore where I can actually add a comment. Yeah, so I don't know anybody else from the Ecamm fam could help me out here, but I don't know where that option has gone, unless my little panel is broken. So I'm just going to do comments and reactions. No, I'm going to just show you what I mean. Let me just go into live demo mode. In fact, it's easier if I just share this. Let me just share. And then in my share screen, I'm going to share the Ecamm. Let me find my comments. Where have they gone? Screen share. Okay, so here, in the comments and reactions that you can see here, let me just pop that over here instead. There used to be an option down at the bottom where you could post a comment. like there used to be a field here where you could actually post a comment. If that's making sense to anybody who uses Ecamm, why is that not there anymore? I thought you were able to do that by, I could post a comment in there. I must be missing something. Maybe it's because I'm using Restream, but there was an option that you could always post a comment back to the audience using the comments and reactions panel. So yeah, I'm confused. I don't know whether that is the problem, whether that's related to me using Restream or something else, but I can't find it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but yeah, if anybody knows before I go, let me know. If not, I'll investigate myself. I've got a few things to investigate, whether it's regarding Restream or other things. So that's interesting. All right, well, Restream is still running away like a champ. All right, if there's no other questions, no other comments. Oh, that's where it should be. Thank you, Mr. Camera Junkie. So where is it? And maybe it's because I'm using Restream. Because if I'm using Restream and multi-streaming, then Ecamm would not know where I want the comment to be pushed. So I think it will only show up if I've got a single destination. Something else for me to check, but thanks for confirming that, Luis. So I wasn't going mad. I think it's purely because I'm multi-streaming. I could probably type a message in my Restream chat. If I did that, let me just do that. Hello, everyone. Then that will probably come through. Yeah, so I've just Restream reply and I've replied that, and everybody should get that on certain channels. All right, you live and learn. Okay. So you're saying, Luis, that you don't multi-stream, so you don't know if it's disabled when multi-streaming. Okay. Where is that comment reply? I would like that, but I haven't seen it either. So if you are, I think if you are single, hey Roy, thanks for joining. So the question is then, if you are in the comments and reactions panel in Ecamm and you are streaming to a single source, either YouTube or whatever it might be, then you have at the bottom, as I've mentioned, if I go back to share, oops, let me share that again. So down here at the bottom, you would have an empty field for you to post a comment. And I think if you're streaming to a single destination, one that's supported, i.e. YouTube or natively supported YouTube or X, for example, or LinkedIn. LinkedIn's a bit funny, but let's say YouTube, then you should have the ability here to just be able to type and post a comment back. I'm multi-streaming, so I am using Restream, and I think that's why in this case I'm not seeing that little field at the bottom. I think I remember seeing it before, but yeah. Thanks, Shane. My children have said to me in the past that I do have a little bit of a resemblance when I was younger to David Tennant of Doctor Who. So thank you very much. I think that's a compliment. I'm not sure, but yeah, appreciate that. All the same. So yeah, interested to know. So if you are using a single destination, do you see the comments field available for you to post? If not, let me know. I'll do some testing, but I don't want to do another stream tonight because it's getting late. Oh, I see, Roy. Yeah, I agree with you. I think you don't like the way the Restream brings over the comments like it's a bot. Yes. So as you, hopefully you saw the response. So yeah, in Restream, if I do my share again, and this time I will actually share. Oh, it's so late at night. If I do this display. Okay. So I can reply here. And I've got the option to reply to all the destinations in Restream, but here I can just pick like YouTube, for example. So I can just say hello. But you're right, it does appear as a bot. You can see it replies on the comments as Restream reply. It would be nice if I could. Can you? I thought you could actually do that as yourself, but no, it doesn't come in as a proper bot. Yeah. So I mean, Restream does definitely make sense, Roy. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's much easier to use Restream, and so on. So there you go. Mr. Camera Junkie says only invoice. Maybe that's referring to the resemblance. If it is, I don't mind. No problem. See, we're both English, so there you go. What can I say? That's the resemblance there. So most of you just do single streaming then to YouTube. You don't stream to other destinations. And I was watching a YouTube video today, just real quick, on this subject, and I can't remember who it was, but it's somebody from the Ecamm family, and they got some advice that you should be sort of streaming everywhere. And I'm not sure if that's the best course of action, because different audiences will consume your content or expect content from you in a different way if you're going live to TikTok or Rumble or other things like that. So I guess there's an expectation on the type of content that you will be publishing to those. But maybe if you can get an audience in various other destinations, then maybe you should, or we should be multi-streaming to different places. Can it hurt your growth? I mean, if you're wanting to grow specifically on YouTube, then you should be directing everybody to YouTube and make sure people have subscribers and things like that on there. But yeah, interesting point. And congratulations to you as well, Roy. I did ping you a message, I think, on the comments, but congratulations for reaching 900 subs. It seems to be a long slog to get to that 1,000 subscribers. I only recently got through my 1,000 subscribers, but there seems to be a slight uptick once you've gone through that 1,000 subscribers and the watch hours. I think there's super chats available now on my YouTube channel, which I don't even know if I've enabled it. And then there's another sort of barrier that you have to go through with regards to getting 4,000 watch hours in a 1 year period to be able to monetize your channel. I'm just happy to go through the 1,000 subs and be able to maybe get some super chats and do other things with stickers and emojis and fun stuff like that. So what did Roy say? Once I conquer YouTube, I will try other platforms, but I don't want to dilute my audience on YouTube. Yeah, I agree, and I think you should pick a platform and stick to it, and really just go all in on that. And I don't think there's a problem with multi-streaming if you do have an audience somewhere else. For example, in my line of profession, I used to be an IT professional. I have quite a few people on my LinkedIn, so it's always nice to keep them up to date with maybe the streams that I'm doing and maybe some information that they might want to look at with regards to video production and stuff like that. X, I just do it for fun. I may not really have a following on X or anything like that, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep paying Elon for the privilege to be able to stream. I only sort of paid for that a year ago just to mess around, but I'm not sure if I want to continue doing that. Make that conquer. Oh, I see. Sorry. And even I read that as concur. But, once you conquer YouTube, yes. And what would be the metric for conquering YouTube for you, Roy? You want to get over 1,000 subs, or you want to have world domination and get to, 10,000, 15,000, something like that? It is interesting when you go through the 1K, but I've been on YouTube since 2017, but not really done a lot in terms of growth. Only since semi-retiring from my IT job have I decided to try and be a little bit more committed in making quality videos and posting them on YouTube. But it is still a slow growth, I have to say. And I was on a live stream with Brian yesterday. I don't know whether you caught that, but one of the interesting things I noticed was, am I getting any traction by repurposing my content to other platforms? So looking at the YouTube analytics, where is this data coming from? And I noticed that I was getting a number of subscribers based on the shorts that I was pushing. And I really didn't think that YouTube shorts did anything for my channel at all. So from a growth perspective, it did help, both from a subscriber count and a viewership. So the watch hours, even though they're only small, they all counted towards that. And LinkedIn, where I consciously repurposed and made sure that my videos were going there, counted for like 0.5%. So it's really interesting when you start to look at the metrics, what is, the best platform to enhance your growth. If you're going all in on YouTube, how can you drive people back to your YouTube channel, and what should you be using? And should you be repurposing? And if so, what type of content should you be doing? So that is an interesting point. Roy says, ultimately 10K is my big goal on YouTube. I am just not... I'm not sure about that, Roy. Everybody has an audience is the way I look at it, right? And it just depends on your content. And if it's delivering value, then why not? One other quick interesting point from a statistic is I was looking at where people are finding my videos, and I don't know whether you've looked into this as well, Roy. I know on some of your videos that I've watched, you do dive into the analytics. But one of the things that was surprising for me is that most of my viewers are finding me via YouTube search. And when I was talking with Brian yesterday, who has a large channel, 34,000 subs, and has a course all regarding Adobe Lightroom and is an Adobe ambassador and everything. Everybody's finding sort of the 50% of his audience is being driven to his YouTube channel via Google search. I know that they're both the same, but it's not YouTube search specifically. They're not in YouTube looking for a particular topic. They are looking on Google. And it's the same for me. I think it was 55 or 60% of people that were finding my channel were just searching for a particular topic on Google, and that was then feeding them the particular video of choice that would solve their issue. So it is really important, I think, to have those keywords and make sure that your titles, thumbnails, and your description, and even your chapters, I don't know if you do chapters on your videos and things like that, are all optimized for the relevant search based on what you're trying to drive your audience to, which I thought was interesting. Anyway, I think I may have rambled on enough tonight. This was supposed to be an ad hoc stream, and I need to try and be more consistent in streaming every Thursday, which I used to do, and every Tuesday, which I'm starting to do. So I might be back tomorrow trying Restream out again and talking about, I don't know, some subject, but I do appreciate everybody that joins me. It really means a lot to me when people do join the stream and have some conversation going, and you never know how that conversation is going to go. You start off by testing some of this stuff, then it ends up talking about other things. So I really do appreciate that. So thanks a lot, everybody, for joining me tonight. I'm going to try and stream tomorrow at 5 o'clock UK, which would be noon Eastern. So if anybody's round, I'll be here. Don't know what my topic is tomorrow, but I'm sure I'll find something. And I'll speak to you all very soon. So thanks for joining, and I'll see you soon. Take it easy. Bye.